All right, so body shop is done. You can see here as if it never happened. All in, I ended up spending $1,800. What insurance did. Let's actually go inside and we'll talk about this for a second because it's freaking cold outside. But it looks good, doesn't it? Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, your head. You hit your head. Yes, you did. Whew. Oh, water's ready. Let's get our coffee out before we talk about this. Some nice smooth jazz today. Actually, a little bit too much. All right. I'm gonna grind this up and then we'll be back. So here's how I understand it. The videos were all kind of cryptic, so maybe I'll start with this, and then we can do some clips afterwards. So I don't drive my car that much in the summertime. There's no snow on the ground. My Golf R is usually sitting. So like last year, I did 6,000 miles in the last 12 months. So I came out of my house in mid-September, mid-August, and I saw 2 deep scratches on my doors. I don't know when it happened. I generally park back into my house, so I know you don't see it because I'm going right to the driver's side door. And then, so I figured, well, I went to the grocery store 2 or 3 days ago. Maybe it happened then. Either way, I called my insurance company, filed a comprehensive claim, and I have no deductible on that, $0 deductible, because I have a lot of broken windshields for some reason. So I got quotes from the only place in town that I actually trust, which is a place that actually does a lot of the VW and Audi work for the dealerships. They do a really good paint matching to the OEM paint, and I do have a metallic paint, so just watch this for a second. So got a quote from them. They quoted me like $1,800 to repair or $3,500 to replace both doors. Obviously, insurance went with the repair option. So they took the car in about 4 to 5 weeks later. At the same time, I went to my OptiCoat installer in Hooksett, and I told him what had gone on. So he actually quoted me $450 to reapply OptiCoat to those 2 panels, 2 doors, as well as the rear quarter panel because of the it was being blended. And they cut me a check for like $1,800 plus $450. Then then the body shop actually kept the car like 2 weeks longer than they were supposed to. Well, here's the thing: they said it's a 3-day job or a 3-week job. 3 weeks would be, we're gonna take our time with sanding it and repairing it. We're gonna prime it, wait a week, and then paint it and let it sit for 2 weeks, so it's not in our heated storage because it's cold up here in New Hampshire. And they said that's if you really love your car and your paint and you want it to last a long time, that's what you should do. So I said yes, let's do that because I was still riding my motorcycle at the time. Well, immediately after I dropped my car off, I crashed my motorcycle. So then I was riding my dirt bike for a few days, riding with Heather for a few days, and then eventually I rented a car at like $55 a day. Well, my insurance covers $45 a day up to 10 days, so they paid me back some of the money I spent on renting a car. It was a Ford Escape of all things. It drove okay. The transmission was shit. So then I waited a month after the repairs were done, as per the body shop's recommendations, and I went to, by the way, they cleaned my car. They did an awful job. They scratched it up all over the place. They used like some really hard squeegee to dry it off. So there's these long streaks through the clear coat, through the OptiCoat. They also used WD-40 on my entire interior, so all my piano black trim felt like it had vegetable oil all over it. It was disgusting. You'll see that in the next video. Back on track. OptiCoat was done. It also included an extra $185 that I had to spend for detailing to clean up all this shit and some paint correction. So I sent that receipt to State Farm. So overall, we're looking at $1,800, like $1,793 plus $450 plus $185 plus I think I got $550 back for the rental car. Was that it? Was that everything? Yeah, that's everything. That was my whole kind of comprehensive issue. So whoever dropped a 2x4 or a pipe off their truck and hit my car, thanks a lot. But luckily, I was only without my car for 5 weeks, and everything went well. And of course, I paid nothing out of pocket, so that was a A+ in my book. But here's some clips of what happened, and you can see the video and pictures and stuff. So just for your own amusement. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and enjoy. This was recorded a few days after I found the damage, but here you go. Ugh. This is actually me outside of my insurance company office. It's like 3 pieces like scraped my car. That's just surface scrape. The second one is actually down to the metal. And the third one fully indented into the door. God, it's so bad. Luckily, you can't see it anymore. And this is the last one, which is like a full-on dent. Ugh. Just gives me chills still seeing it. So, I mean, pretty bad. It definitely would have reduced the value of the Golf R had I not done anything about it. It would have rusted straight through the door with the salt we have up here. So, I'm certainly glad it's fixed. But let's go pictures here. Basically, I got home and I parked straight on, and I walked inside. Then I walked the next day to leave for work, and I noticed this. So I don't know when it happened, but oh. So here's the quote actually from the body shop to replace both doors, $37.60. To give you guys an idea. So if you have a Golf R, this is stuff that you guys might find of value, I guess. So it's actually $1,600 in parts, $1,000 in labor, and then paint is $555 and $333 in paint supplies. And then if you want a breakdown of all the miscellaneous parts, here you go. You can just pause here, I think, if you're really curious. So they even quoted the fuel doors. So they were going to do the quarter panel and the 2 right doors. Oh, those are blends. Those aren't parts. Those are blends. Never mind. They're actually buying the parts are the handles and doors and everything. All right, we are at the local automotive repair place, Collision Works, and the Golf R is being dropped off. I guess I'll show you guys the damage before we go, so you get to see it before we. It's dark though, unfortunately. So I already have some video clips of this actually, so it's not anything. I don't even have video of, but you can see there the 3 scratches, 1, 2, and 3. They pushed the doors in. So what I have so far is that we sent. Well, they had 2 quotes. The first one was we can repair this with some paste. We're going to push it out, putty over it, and then strip the doors, reprime and repaint. But better off would be to replace the 2 doors with brand new ones. So the repair option was like $1,700, and the replace option was like $4,300, I think it was. So I obviously chose that one, but insurance wouldn't go for it. So they said about 2 weeks to repair the car, repaint, reprime. Let's sneeze. And then it'll take them about 3 or 4 days. They want the primer to sit on the car for a couple of weeks. So that makes sense, for a week, I think. So after it's repaired, I'll pick it up, take it back to Northeast Detailing to get it re-opti coated. But yeah, we'll tune back with you guys. Next clip will be 2 weeks from now.